This is a post-match press conference, Jamaica against Honduras. We're joined with the head coach of the Reggae Boyz, Steve McClaren, and also Reggae Boy Joe Latipoder. Firstly, we'll have a few opening remarks from Coach McClaren in terms of your reaction to the result, topping the group, and of course we'll open the floor for questions from members of the media. So, Coach, second match on Jamaican soil, reaction to, of course, topping the group, and your thoughts of how today went.
Yeah, the target, the vision was to finish top. We had a bad start to the group, and a credit to the team, they recovered with away games and away wins at Honduras, away wins in Nicaragua, and everybody knew this game because of the Nicaragua game as well. There were three teams going for the two top spots, and I think you could see that there was a little nervousness and not a willingness to really take the game to Honduras. It was more we wanted to and felt like we wanted to control the game and didn't go forward with any tempo, any pace. There was no speed in the game, and we were. When you need a draw, the mentality can get in the way, and I think that did. I think we were, but we said at half time, we have to be resilient. We have to make sure that we get the result, and the key thing is the result. The key thing is we're top of the league, because after the first game against Cuba, we were under pressure. In Honduras, enormous pressure. Artificial pitch, hostile atmosphere in Nicaragua, under pressure, and the boys delivered. And whatever the game was today, they delivered. And the result today was probably more important than the actual performance. We can play better. We made too many mistakes. But without the ball, the recovery, determination to keep a clean sheet, credit to everybody for that. 11 defend, 11 attack. They all did that. We got the result. We topped the league, and we look forward to the draw after the games tomorrow.
Yep, just to provide clarity before we open the floor for questions, CONCACAF later this week are supposed to unveil the latest CONCACAF rankings index, and that of course will provide clarity in relation to the quarterfinal pairings, in addition to what happens in Group A tomorrow, and especially with the Costa Rica-Guatemala result. Trish, you want to open the floor for questions?
Hi Coach, hi Lati. So the last time we spoke about you not being completely familiar when you were on home soil. Based on the results that you have now gotten, including today, how familiar have you gotten with the team? And are you seeing what you want as a coach at the moment?
I said to the team, the last camp was a learning process. We put quite a bit of information in. We kept it simple. We wanted a certain way of playing. We wanted to control and play possession and build from the back, but be effective. And, you know, in the home games, we've not quite been effective in the final third, though Cuba, we had 27 shots. But today, we were not as effective in the final third. And so, yeah, I'm pleased with the first camp. I'm pleased with the second camp. Nicaragua was not an easy game. And we've tried to develop and try and not overcomplicate it, but create a certain identity of the way that we play. One, being hard to beat, and two, being able to defend as a team very well, but also to keep possession and create chances.
All right, Chris?
Yeah, so, Coach, 4 games, only 1 game you have conceded a goal. That's against the Hondurans. 3 games, 3 clean sheets. Defensively, are you satisfied with what the team has done throughout the first round of the competition?
Absolutely. Delighted. It's the foundation, it's the base, and you can't get away from that. I thought Lati at the side of me, in front of the back four, dropping in as a 3, using that intelligence, very tactical. Ethan Pinnock and Holgate came in, Damien Lowe. you know, we made mistakes. They hit us on the break. Ethan and Mason defended the goal well, supported by Lati. How many times last-ditch tackles he made interceptions. The intelligence and tactical awareness of Lati is exceptional. And we needed that today to keep that clean sheet. And we always said that, okay, the opponent might get through and they might have a shot, but we've got Andre Blake.
All right, so Lati, this question is for you. Somebody who has been basically everywhere, midfield and defensive-wise, you have been a part of these matches where you would have gotten 3 clean sheets out of 4 games. Judge the defensive performance of the Reggae Boyz so far, you believe, at the end of round 1 of the Nations League.
Yeah, I agree with the coach. Defensively, we've been top, and like he said, it's the base. When you build a house, you don't start with the roof. You start with the base, and that's what we've been working on a lot. It just shows as well the desire that we show to defend our box and what it means to keep a clean sheet to us. I thought Mason was great tonight, coming in on his home debut. It's not an easy thing performing, especially when it's your full debut at home. You want to impress your home country, you know. So I thought he was top tonight. Same with Ethan as well. He was vocal, he was communicating, and he was really organised. But throughout the camp, like I said, Nana, Blakey, myself, Ethan, Mason, even Deshaun, who's not here with us now, had a part in it. We're really building that togetherness and building that structure that we're such a hard team to beat and hard to break down, and that's what we want to get to.
Thanks, Leighton.
Yeah, Coach, David Lever from Sportsmax.tv. Can you talk about the changes in the second half and the thinking behind those changes and how they changed the game in the second half?
I wasn't pleased with the tempo in the first half. It was too slow, and therefore Honduras could get behind the ball. They waited for mistakes. We made mistakes. So we wanted to inject more tempo. And yeah, I think we did. I think it was difficult to, we wanted to build and go through the middle. I think it was difficult to do that. So therefore we had to rethink and go around the opponent, which is why we put the wingers on Kahim and Sifas. And yeah, look, I'm seeing these players for the first time. I'm working with these players for the first time, so I don't know them. I'm getting to know them, and you know what I've seen. They injected that tempo, they injected that speed, Sifas. As soon as you get, that's what I want. I want wingers. Don't come back, take them on. Same on the other side, Kahim. You know, take people on. So I thought it brought a bit more tempo to our game. But we're still not satisfied. We like to build and we like to keep possession and we like to progress final third and get some finishes, but we couldn't do that today.
Quick follow-up question. Tyke Maggie played well in the last game, but didn't look so convincing today. Do you have any idea why he didn't deliver like he did last game against was it Nicaragua?
Yeah, I think against Nicaragua we put him on the right-hand side, so he played kind of inside right position, and against Nicaragua that suited him. I think against Honduras we wanted more speed on the wide. Well, we wanted more speed on the wide positions, and we're losing Bobby Reid. It was a perfect opportunity to give Tyreek a chance in his position of number 10. Yeah, it was difficult in there. Honduras, that's the strength of the team, the midfield. They're very tough, closed down. You saw it. You know, even Casey Palmer getting caught on the ball. You know, Tyreek getting caught on the ball. So it was a difficult game. We thought about moving him out wide, but as I said, it was a game, I think, for Kahim and Sifas, more speed on the outside to create.
All right, Mark.
Coach,
Bryce?
Dwight Fraser, IRFM. Davion Lowe, out of the contest. Joshua Anglais, what's your take on him?
Yeah, I've liked him in training. He's a character. Certainly a character. And his nickname's Rooney. I asked him why it's Rooney. He said, I play like him. I said, I'd coach Rooney, you do not play like him.
What's your take on his...
I like him. I watched the game Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, and I said, who's that? Who's that number 6? And unbelievably, someone said, yeah, Angolan, he's played before, he's only 24. I said, only 24. He plays with a more mature head. So we give him an opportunity, and that's what we've been doing in the 2 camps. You know, we've had injuries and we've had to bring people in. You know, Romario, we brought him in. You know, he did really well. Tyreek, another one, Angolan. So, yeah, well, I'm learning so much, and don't get me wrong, I'm making mistakes as well, but I'm learning, and the more mistakes I make, the quicker I will learn, and we will get to a squad and a team in which I believe will get better and better.
Thanks, Dwight. Bryce?
Coach, after the Nicaragua game, you said that the team got the goal, after the possession game you had wanted. And this time around now, the team had a possession game, but perhaps not the goal that you had wanted. What would be the school of thought now for the next window to have get that perfect blend where the team is able to play how you'd want, but as well get the results that we needed to go forward?
Yeah, I think the concept which, well, I'd like Lati to answer that, because Lati's worked in the build-up phase and the progression phase. So Lati, what do you think?
I just think it's one of those, like you said, against Nicaragua, it was a hostile environment. It was tough on the pitch to keep the ball, but we got the result. And then tonight, it's just finding the time when we need to be steady on the ball, slow it down to almost drag them out, and then pick up the pace of that injection where either we slap it through the lines into our 10s or play the balls over the top for the runs that we've got in behind. So it's just being patient, but finding the right moment to inject the pace that we need to into the game. And that will come with time. We've had two camps now with coach. Where we've come from the first camp to now, I think you can see in the performances, we've got a lot more structure. We're finding our identity, and like the coach said, I think we're only going to improve and get better. So then next camp, we'll do our recap on these games. We'll learn from them. Then hopefully, like you said, we can get that where we're solid. But we keep the ball and we're threatening the back four and threatening their goal as well.
I think the key thing, from my point of view, is great. Talks like a coach. The great thing from my point of view was we want to control the game through possession, and we're building towards that. And you can see the way that we build up. We try and get the extra man and the free man, whether it be a 3 at the back or 2 against 1. What we didn't have today was we go from possession, and then at some stage you have to speed up the game. And we never quite sped up the game. We kind of kept it, and we didn't take a risk. So we didn't have enough movement up front, and we didn't take enough risks. And the balls that were delivered were decent, trying to speed up, but the progression from the build-up was, we need to work on that, and we will do, and we will get better, because we've got good players, and Lati will vouch. You know, we've had training sessions. We had one yesterday, and I thought football was terrific, and that's the curse, isn't it? It's terrific in training, and we can't. But it will come. It will come with time. And we will make mistakes, as we did. But our defenders, goalkeeper, made sure that their mistakes never got punished. Thanks. This time.
Daniel? Like?
Yeah, hi, Coach. Jamaican fans are extremely hard to please, especially knowing it's taken a while for us to get back to the World Cup. Knowing that the first 2 games on home soil that we weren't able to get a win, and I believe our next home game here might be next June.
November,
pardon me, sorry. Does it sort of concern you that we haven't been able to get over the hump when we play in front of the home fans compared to playing away under those hostile environments?
Yeah, it's something that we're learning. You know, there's been 4 games, and you're absolutely right. And we're trying to find a way. We're adapting, and we're trying to find a way in which we can play at home, and build up, speed up, and finish. And today, and we've had it, against Cuba. I thought Cuba was, I couldn't fault the performance, just the finishing. It was one where we kept possession, we sped up, and we got the finish but couldn't get the goal. So it's there, and like everything, you're always aiming for consistency. And if you look, we've probably had 4 sessions in which the players have had to work on what we're trying to do. Only 4 sessions. Usually you get that in a week in the club, and then you get another in the club. So for me, what the players have taken on and tried to implement, I'm so pleased about. They understand it. We're not doing it fluidly at the present moment, but they understand it. And what I like is we made mistakes, but we were still brave enough to continue keeping the ball and searching, which is difficult to do. But if you want to get to the World Cup, you're going to have to be able to want the ball and deal with the ball and be brave on the ball, the mentality. And that's what we're looking for.
All right, Kobe and then Chev.
Yeah, you spoke about moments in the game, Coach. You spoke about moments in the game where we needed to speed things up. Is there a particular scenario in today's game that you feel like we could have, gotten the goal or executed a bit better?
I thought we did. I thought the introduction of Cephas, the introduction of Kahim, gave us that penetration in the wide areas, and it was so tight in the middle, we had to go round. And was there enough willingness for the players to really take that risk to get forward, to make them runs forward? Or was it, we don't want to lose this game, we play safe?
All right, so follow-up question. How do you think, when teams are that aggressively defensive, like in the future, how do you think we can counteract it?
We work on that. We've worked a lot on build-up from the back and progression through the midfield. And the most important is the final third and the finish. And so we'll work on that. But believe you me, we've got the players, we've got the talent, we've got the ability, and we're searching even more. We're very fortunate that Tyreek came in. I loved him in training, loved him in Nicaragua, and even today, when it was difficult, he's wanting the ball, taking the ball. That's what you need to go to the next level. So we'll keep working on that and keep searching and try to develop the players when we have them.
All right, Chev.
All right, that's it. So we're back in the quarterfinals of the Nation League, top of the table. So now we're going to be going up against the perennial top dogs of CONCACAF. Coming back from last year's performance, how confident are you, and do you think the players will be going into that fixture?
Yeah, I think we should be very confident going into the games. As a football player, these are the games that you want to play in. You want to play against the top dogs. You want to go and have that challenge and prove yourself. Especially from last time, we were so unlucky not to get to the final, and it just shows what we can do as a group. And like I said, I think we should be very confident going into it. We need to go back to our clubs now. We need to stay fit. And when we come back, we need to come with an open mind, and we learn, like I said, from these camps, and we go into that one with that mentality that we're going to go and put our foot forward. We deserve to be there, top of the group, and we have to go with that mentality.
Finally, Chris.
So, Coach, first couple of matches, you're into a knockout stage of a CONCACAF competition. Mentally, I know you're drafting a lot of stuff in your mind as to what you're going to do going forward. Without revealing too much, what do you think is going to be the next step for you? Now you're stepping into the quarterfinals in November.
I think this was the most important step. It's always difficult in group games. We had to play arguably the best team in the group. We had to play them twice, home and away. And then a difficult trip to Nicaragua on artificial. So they were big tests. I felt anyway they were big tests. The key at the beginning and at the end, and I said before the game, finish the job. Finish top. Make sure we're in the knockout. And that was the mentality and in the mind. And now we need to free the mind a little bit. It's knockout. Lati summed it up. I wanted desperately to get into the knockout stage. So we've done it. Credit to the players. We've achieved that. And now we really look forward to the draw and who we get. And to go up, as you say, against the top teams in CONCACAF.
That's Coach. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, members of the media.
Thank you.
Thank you.